Okay, welcome everybody to Wall Street Reporter's next Superstock live stream for February 11th, 2021. We're back with Victory Square Technologies. It's a company that we have great hopes for in 2021. A portfolio of 20 plus baby unicorns. So these could become major companies. We actually just heard from one of the portfolio companies, which was Fans Unite. There was a spin out from Victory Square, and that's become a big success. Vahid, tell us. I know today you're going to be talking about one of your new companies, which is Game On, right?
Yes, actually, today Matt Bailey, the CEO of the Game On, is going to talk more about Game On, which is, as you said, Fans was the last portfolio company that went through.
Not last, most recent, not last.
No, the most recent one. The most recent one that in May 2020 they went public, and the next one is Game On. And yes, today Matt Bailey is going to talk more about the business plan, the opportunities, and the plan that the management has for Game On. We thought is better for the investors to hear directly from the CEO and the people who's running the companies. So yeah, today is going to be all about Game On.
I think what we're going to be doing is we're going to be bringing on, because look, you have 23 portfolio companies now, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so 23 companies, and for people to understand, I think Victory Square, like the business model, I think what we're going to be doing is over the next months, we're going to be introducing our audience, investors, to some of your portfolio companies, their management, the leadership of those companies, so investors can really understand, really the scope, the scale of what you're doing, the opportunity that's in Victory Square, and then of course, I think you're going to be spinning out some of those companies, in the coming weeks. So, just for anybody that might be tuning in, and we're going to bring on Matt in just a second. He's going to give us a demo. This is going to be very exciting. So again, Fans was an example. It's a perfect example of one of your spin outs, or what kind of your investing strategy. So, for anybody that's new, explain what does Victory Square do? What's the business model?
Sure. So Victory Square, we buy, build, and invest in the next generation companies, the companies that we feel they're going to be the next giant going out. We try to be in the right industry at the right time by investing on the right people and right products. When we go back, we see how technology has changed people's lives with mobile internet. So we try to be early into the next generation of the tech or next generation of the companies. And by having them in multiple different industries and having multiple different companies, giving this chance to our investors that they have 23 shots to have a successful, to be successful. Now, as an example, like, last week we talked about, our recent acquisition, which was Hydrate. Now, in the example of the Hydrate, the company currently has about a million revenue. They're on track to go about 4 to 5 million revenue. That industry that you can easily get 30 times multiple on the projected revenue. So that company by itself, by end of the year, is going to be anywhere between 100 to 150 million valuation. And now, not saying that we're just also adding, other potential businesses and sectors around the Hydrate and multiple acquisitions under that. So that's our business model that we're trying to do. Now, we also try.
Basically, creating value is the model. Is that fair?
It's creating value for investors. Now, one thing for our investors that number one, by having the VST, being part of the VST investment group and investors, they have access to all these 23 portfolio companies. Now, since a few weeks back, we also started designing a program that not only they have access to the VST as a company, but also we come up with a program if there is any spin out, or even if there is any merger acquisitions for any of the VST asset to another public traded company, our investors can also get something from that spin out as well. So they holding multiple different stock in the market that we're going to introduce that program in next 10 days or 2 weeks that we finalize it. So creating that value for investors, that's been the biggest thing for us, and creating the ecosystem that we can be in multiple different industries that there is a huge potential for them in coming years.
No, I mean essentially you're like what is it? What's the hot ETF in the US? The ARK Invest, those are the Cathie Wood. You're basically like the Cathie Wood, but on the ground floor. ARK Invest gets the companies when they're already public. This is essentially really a ground. Listen, if somebody's, I know that there's people who are chasing that ARK Invest, these crazy stocks that are massive multiples, the Teslas of the world. If you're willing to take that type of risk, I think it makes more sense to get it on the ground floor where you have the valuations are cheaper, and the whole thing is cheap. I mean, like right now, VST is the market cap is what, 50, 60 million? I don't know.
60 million, yeah.
It's like Canadian. That's like free money. It's like what, 50 million US, and you have 20 plus of these, baby unicorns. We just heard from just one of them. That was Fans Unite, and that was so you guys invested how much in Fans and the value now? Like in other words, what was your ROI? Just tell us more.
So for Fans, I think originally when we acquired Fans was about 2 million that we invested, and now the market cap is over 150 million. Same thing has been on Game On and V2 as well. Like originally we acquired V2 Games in 2018 for 1.4 million stock, and now again the company is on track to be listed in Q1 for the valuation anywhere between 15 to 20 million, which I think we're gonna go with the lower bar of the valuation because of our strategy to add value to the shareholders for Game On and VST. So that's kind of like the ROI that we're getting in 2 or 3 years for our portfolio companies.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's instead of us talking, we'll do a show and tell. Let's bring on this latest portfolio company. We're gonna have Matt. Let's see. Okay, Matt. Here we go. Matt, how are you?
What's up, Jack? I'm good. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to share Game On with your network.
Excellent. Where are you joining us from? Where are you right now?
I am joining you guys from Miami, Florida, but this isn't a Miami accent. I'm from Australia originally. Moved to the US about 7 years ago now. Okay,
fantastic. So the company's based in Miami. Should we pop up the slides on the screen right now?
Yeah, let's do it. Like you said, the best way to introduce Game On is to kind of show you what we're up to. My plan is to just zip through that pretty quickly. Then I want to hear from everyone. I want to get to Q&A, but would love to give the overview.
Perfect. Okay, so what we'll do is I'm gonna me and Vahid will disappear. Let me get this set up here. Okay, so wait, actually, how do we get? Okay, we're gonna add this, and so I'm gonna disappear from the screen. Matt, you'll take it away, and we'll come back for the audience questions. And again, I encourage everybody in our audience to please ask your questions, and then decide for yourself if this is going to be, if Game On is going to be our next, potentially our next 100 bagger. This is really literally ground floor. Company's not even trading yet, so it's pure ground floor. Okay, Matt, take it away.
Yeah, thank you, and Jack, you just said it, ground floor. We're really excited about this opportunity. We're literally about to walk up to the plate and hit a home run, and it's time this is the opportunity for everyone to get involved. But to give you the background of Game On and what we're up to, our mission is very simple. We empower content owners or content providers, be it sports, entertainment, and everything in between, with the world's most simple and accessible gamification platform. So we help make their content more social, immersive, and ultimately help them monetize their content as well. And like I mentioned, we're really excited about the opportunity. We really believe that we're at the midst of a couple of hot trends right now. One is sports betting, and I don't think we need to dive too far into that, but sports betting is exploding across North America right now. So we're kind of at the center of that and playing a cog or being a cog in that wheel. But then also TV. TV is becoming the second screen, or what we like to actually call the never screen. Gen Z isn't watching TV, and content providers, content owners are in dire need of engagement platforms. So we're really at the center of both of those massive opportunities right now, and that's what we're building our business around. But the other thing we're building our business around is people. People are a huge part of what we're doing and why we're going to win. My background is, I come from a sports business background. I worked in sports broadcast. I worked for the Brooklyn Nets and Barclays Center. I also worked in the agency world, but always in a brand partnership, revenue generating, brand partner sponsor capacity. But then we built a great team around us. Santi is our VP of product, joined from EA Sports. He built FIFA for 10 years, the game that we all grew up playing and loving. Jay Moses, we just brought on board as the chairman of our board. He comes from Take-Two Interactive. He's been a director there since 2007. And he was actually someone that's been a close mentor of mine and helped me when I was vetting the VST Victory Square deal. And after he did that, he called me up and said, Matt, you need to do this deal. It's a massive opportunity, but I'm going to be on your board with you. So he was a massive vote of confidence in doing this, going on this adventure with Victory Square Technologies. And then Sabrina, we just announced today, she's an amazing PR lead, and she also runs PR and has run PR for various global sporting brands like FC Barcelona, DAZN, and more. We also announced another 2 great advisors today in Mike Vorhaus and Sean Hurley. Mike was an early investor in DraftKings and many more. Sean was a head of sportsbook at DraftKings. So we continue to surround ourselves with awesome people who will help us grow the business and ultimately ensure that we succeed. And look out for more and more announcements coming in the coming weeks and months leading into our go public around more advisors, directors, and teams who will be joining our team. This is a little bit about our background. We've kicked some serious goals over the past couple of years before we joined forces with Victory Square Technologies. 100,000 downloads, 1,200 reviews. We've been accelerated and invested in by Techstars and Comcast, and we won the NBA All-Star Pitch Contest at the last All-Star, which happened, in Chicago right before COVID hit. And then this is a summary of our 2 products. We have 2 core products that really drive our business. One is Game On. It's our flagship apps that you can download on the App Store or Google Play right now, our Game On branded experience that makes it easier, faster, and safer to get in the game. It's free to play prediction games across the big 4 major leagues, plus college and various other sports like UFC, tennis, and golf. And for this product, it's primarily ad-driven and sportsbook affiliate-driven. We help sportsbooks convert our users to real money bettors. We currently have a partnership with PointsBet, and we'll be rolling out into 6 states with them. And we have various other conversations going with all the other sportsbooks that you would imagine to also be an affiliate to them. The Game On product, our real unfair advantage, is how we're distributed into homes and bars via a TV app. And we'll get to some screenshots where you'll actually get to check out and see what that looks like. Our second product is our white label product. This was actually born out of COVID. It was born out of a time of no sports and us needing to find a way for our technology to live somewhere else. And we started white labeling. So like I said in our mission, we help any content provider, be it a sports book, a TV network, a TV show and production company, a team or a league. We help them gamify their content. And we partner with, right now we partner with Bravo, NBC, Universal, and Comcast to help them do that. And then this product is primarily affiliate driven, as well as some revenue share as well. Here's an example of the TV product that I mentioned that helps distribute Game On. This enables you to innovatively make predictions right on the first screen with your remote control without ever leaving that first screen. No one else is doing this. This is patent pending right now. And we're really excited about the role that this plays in getting us eventually into millions of homes around the world. This is our unfair advantage. It means our CAC is 0. It costs us nothing to get this into homes and venues and bars around the country. And it really is our unfair advantage. We're looking to distribute this with various distribution partners, be it OTT platforms, cable providers, or even TV hardware, hardware manufacturers themselves. Really excited about this product, how innovative it is, how at the forefront of sports prediction it is, and how this could play a role in sports betting one day. Real money sports betting with those partners like PointsBet that I mentioned is really, really exciting. And this is why our white label partners and our distribution partners love us. First of all, end-to-end build and management. Everything you see in Game On is 100% programmatic and doesn't require a production on the partner's end. So the great thing about what we did with Bravo is that the production team didn't even know this was happening. They didn't have to produce anything. All they had to do was approve the look and feel, approve the prediction content that was being pushed out, and that's it. Game On takes care of the rest. And then it's very quick to turn around because the platform that we've built, has been executed, and is tried and tested. It takes just a couple of weeks to flip it around with a fresh UI based on the brand for the look and feel, and we can roll this out in under a month. And then, of course, driving engagement, revenue, and data for the partners. That's also another reason why they love us and ultimately why they want to keep Game On around. Here are some just financial projections of what we have upcoming and slated for the next 5 years. Like I said, because we are at the center of those two trends, of first of all, being a cog in the wheel of sportsbooks, and then second of all, helping TV remain a screen that people watch. We think this can become a huge, 100 million plus opportunity within the next 5 years. There'll be several things that we're doing to add fuel to this fire. M&A will be a big part of that. We're already having some great conversations around M&A, which can add revenue, technology, and team to what we're up to. And then, of course, we're focusing on the Game On and white label product that we already spoke about, the business models. And then here we're getting ready, obviously, to list on the CSE very shortly. And here are some comparables of what else is out there. Of course, Fans Unite, who I like to call our cousin company here at Victory Square Technologies, where obviously the similar thread or the common thread there is Victory Square Technologies, and that's a big reason why we're partnering with them to go public. It's not Victory Square's first rodeo. They've done this before successfully, and we're excited to, like I said, step up to the home plate and hit a home run very shortly. And then we'll just walk through a couple of simple screenshots here. This is the Game On experience that I spoke about. Points are based on what will happen. They're weighted based on the likelihood of it happening. Free to play. When you are playing the Game On product that you can download on the App Store and Google Play right now, you can cash in your points for various different prizes. This is a campaign that we launched in the Game On experience with Movember to raise money for men's health, very important. And that's it. I'm excited to, again, very excited to share what we're up to with a new group of investors here in the network, and excited to answer some questions.
Okay, Matt. Actually, Vaid, you're okay. Oh, yeah, just make sure you're unmuted. Okay, so this is fantastic. I'm very excited to learn about this because some of our big winners over the past year have been coming out of that sport. I'm going to call it that intersection of sports, betting, gaming, streaming. We had Fubo. Fubo was debuted on our next super stock platform at, I think it was like around $8. That's now I think it hit $60 on the New York Stock Exchange, and that was in July. We have, of course, Fans Unite, 15 cents to $1.25 recently, when heading to $125, right? Vaid, better.
Why not?
And so I'm excited to see what you have. Matt, let me ask you, what's a couple of questions. So in terms of, to sum up, what is the pain? What's the problem that you're solving? Who's your customer?
So on the Game On product, our customer is the everyday fan. It's an easier, faster, and safer way to get in the game. That doesn't really exist right now. And then how we're really building a moat around that Game On product, is the distribution into homes and bars with distribution partners. No one else is doing that, and that gives us an unfair advantage as far as distribution goes. But on the white label product, where we're solving the pain point or the problem that content providers are experiencing right now, is in that TV is becoming the never screen. Gen Z aren't watching TV; they're playing Fortnite. So this is an example of how TV and content needs to take a leaf out of gaming's playbook, and we're helping them do that.
Yeah, I think gamification. That's the word of the new decade. Everybody wants some sort of gamification. So we have a guy here saying that he actually uses Game On. Gord, picks
I
daily.
love it. I love it.
We got customers here. So the app, so people can actually download the app and use it.
Yes, you can download the app and make your picks on any major league or college event. Typically, we have about 1,000 games live every month. And again, what's the secret sauce behind both our Game On and White Label product is that it's 100% programmatic. And that allows it to be super scalable. We have every single game in there that you can make picks on and win a cash prize on. It's free to play, which makes it legal and accessible everywhere. It's not sports betting, but we are a cog in the sports betting wheel in that we're an affiliate to all the big sports books.
Okay, so that's interesting. So basically you're capturing data. So you basically have this database of potential bettors.
Yes, but we don't just share the database. Let me use PointsBet as an example. If you're in one of the 6 states in the US where PointsBet are live right now, we can ask you if you want to make a real money bet at a very contextual moment. For example, if you're in Chicago and you're a Bears fan, and Game On can see that you've made picks on Bears games for the last 4 weeks, and you've chosen Mitch Trubisky to be the first quarterback to be sacked in each of those games, we can serve you an offer to say, hey, actually make a bet on this. Here's a free $500 bet. Go bet on Trubisky to be sacked first in the game with PointsBet. You're going to win $1,500. Go and use this. If you use it, Game On gets an affiliate fee. It's typically between $250 and $500 per user that's converted.
For a new user, for a new customer, basically.
Correct, yes.
$250. Okay. So I guess that explains it's one of your revenue streams. Actually,
correct. On the Game On product, yes.
Okay, so the game that's just one of your revenue streams. So there's a massive amount of money in these affiliate deals to get people into the sports books. I want to ask you now that you showed a what's the TV product where somebody can actually on their screen, while they're watching, cable, whatever they're watching sports, they can on their device they can make bets real time, yeah? Or
correct, not real money bets, but you can make your predictions in Game On. Yep.
Okay, and this is patented?
Patent pending, yes.
Okay. And when is this? Is this live now?
So we're in the process of finalizing a deal with a distribution partner. It's locked in. It was actually the first deal that was done was to go into bars around the country. Then COVID hit. So now we're changing that agreement to be into homes instead. So we're in the process of rolling that out right now and looking to do more deals with other distribution partners, be it a cable provider, even a manufacturer. We're talking to various manufacturers of TVs who can put us right there on the TV to get us that distribution into homes or bars or anywhere where a fan might be consuming sports. And we're sorry, go on.
Oh no, okay, no. And how will you monetize that? So you get the device; they're able to make predictions. So how do you monetize that?
So that if you're playing on a TV, you're actually playing in the same environment, in a Game On environment, than if you're playing on your phone. So that user then just goes into our ecosystem, and then we start monetizing them in the same way we would with anyone else, be it advertising or sportsbook affiliates.
Okay, so this is very, very interesting. Okay. And essentially at some point, okay, so you're building a database all this time. As this goes, you're just constantly building a database.
Yeah, and we're monetizing them via programmatic ads and then via the sportsbook affiliate revenue stream as well.
Now the question is, at some point though, you could become you could start becoming a sportsbook at some point, no?
Perhaps it's not in the immediate game plan, but we certainly have the right people in our network to be able to do that one day if we decide.
Or you could be bought by one of these sports books like a DraftKings, what have you. I mean, interesting is that Fubo, which was really a sports streaming company, their whole the reason the stock is taken off is because they're saying, hey, we could this is a lead generation for sports betting, and this is pure play on the sports betting boom, and all of a sudden now the thing is worth, I don't know, 10 billion. I don't know the number. It's 15 billion is the market cap or something. You know, it's so this is a very it's a tremendous space that you're in right now.
Yeah, and another example is the chairman of our board, Jay Moses, was an early investor in a company called Betworks, who recently also got acquired by Bally's for over 100 million. So yeah, it's definitely a hot space where there's a lot of M&A happening. Right now, we're just heads down and focused on building the business, going public, and building value for our investors.
Okay, so let's get to some audience questions. Actually, I think maybe ask this. Matthew's asking, are you planning on partnering with esports betting companies to move to the online betting industry, such as Fans Unite?
So on the sports betting side, yes, we partner with sportsbooks to be an affiliate, just like we mentioned. We also partner with sportsbooks to white label their free-to-play, to be a white label product for their free-to-play experience. So there's a couple of ways we can partner with sportsbooks. I mean, on esports, yeah, we'd love to do something on the white label front as well with esports, similar to what we did with Real Housewives. We'd love to do that with the right partner in the esports world.
Matthew's asking, I was told Game On involves making predictions and winners get some sort of reward or point to redeem for rewards through ad revenue money. So ad what's in terms of with the TV on like the Housewives stuff, how do you generate revenues there?
So on the Housewives front, on any white label deal we do, it's a pure licensing revenue play. So obviously we want there to be a lot of engagement, but we're not being paid based on that engagement. So Real Housewives and Bravo license the technology from us. They pay us a fee, and then they plug it into their audience.
Okay, fellow Australians here.
I like it.
Okay, are your live bets predictions created and processed manually or automatically without human input?
Automatically without human input. It's like Cole just pitched something from one of my decks, because that's exactly how we position it. Like I said, 1,000 games a month without human input. It's a totally programmatic prediction engine.
Okay, question here. Maybe this is a question for Vahid. So this is going to be a spin out from Victory Square. Well, actually, I think we do have a question on what's the structure. How, Vahid, can you talk a little bit about how excuse me, what the setup is, what percentage of Game On do you own? What's going to, spin out all that?
So as of right now, Victory Square owns a little bit above 65% of the Game On. Up and going public, we're gonna own between 40 to 50% of the company by the time that is public, a little bit over 40%. And that's the structure is going to be. We're designing a very tight structure, and with the lockup shares to make sure like we can drive the value of the company to where the investors want to see. For the VST shareholders, we're giving them two advantages, and not only on Game On. That's a new program that we've been working on it for a while, and we're going to announce it shortly. One of them is the pre-IPO. For the pre-IPO private placements, VST shareholders has the first right. So we're just going to have a president list of all the VST shareholders who are interested to be part of the private placement, and we're going to give them priority to get into the pre-IPO. The second part of the program that we're designing is it's very similar to the dividend. That what we're going to do is from the portion of the VST owns from any of these companies, not only the spin out, but also if there is any M&As that other companies are interested in any of our assets, the public traded companies, we're going to have a portion of that to goes to our shareholders, and a portion will stay in the VST so we can use it within the ecosystem and invest in the future companies that we want to bring under the umbrella for VST. So that's the structure is going to be when we go public. We have started it basically taking the names for the VST shareholders who are interested to be a part of the pre-IPO private placement that is going to happen shortly. So that's going to be the structure for the deal when it goes public. And the valuation that we're going to go public is going to be between 15 to 20 million, 15 to 17 million, depending on the financing that we're going to do, and a few other minor cap table related stuff that we're going through right now.
Okay, Heath is asking, Vahid, my man, how many Game On shares are you going to give your wonderful and loyal VST shareholders?
So it's gonna. So the program that we're designing is not only for Game On. We're doing it for any of the spin-out that we're gonna do case by case. The way that we're looking at this, we're looking at the VST stake to be used in two parts. One, a portion of that goes to the shareholders. A portion of that we keep it to the VST to add value for the VST shareholders. That is gonna drive our stock price. Also, we can use that to as part of our ecosystem and bring the next generation company under the VST umbrella. So the exact numbers when we announce this program in next 10 days or 2 weeks, we're gonna have it specifically for Game On. That what percentage of that we're gonna use it for our shareholders.
Okay. Kate Trader asking, can retail existing shareholders of VST be able to participate in this pre-IPO private placement?
So any VST shareholders, they're going to be in the president list. That we have a special percentage of the pre-IPO is going to go to the VST shareholders, and then we're going to open it for other people that they want to get in, which I doubted was going to be any room for that based on the demand that we've been having in past month and a half or 2 months for our portfolio companies. But if you want to get more information on Game On pre-IPO or other companies, if you go to our website and fill up a form that you want to be part of this, somebody from our team will be in touch with you, and then they can walk you through it, especially when we announce the financing.
Okay. So now if somebody's actually watching this live stream, do they get a special deal? Do they get like 50% off on or they get a free T-shirt? Vahid, what are you going to do if somebody calls up and says, Vahid, I was watching the live stream. I want to get in on this Game On immediately now. Put me in.
We can, if as I said, like right now,
quarter.
Our priority is VST shareholders, but we can have for all the all the people that are watching Wall Street Reporter interview. If they go and subscribe to our email list or subscribe to our website, just mention Wall Street Reporter. We can add them to the president list as well to have pre-access to all the pre-IPOs that we're having.
Okay, Matt, will they get a T-shirt from Matt?
I think I can give them 100 bonus points within the app if they sign up today.
Okay, 100 bonus points. I mentioned Wall Street Report, you get 100 bonus points. Okay, let's see here. We got okay. So this is the thing that somebody suggesting this Love Island Bachelor for your program predictions.
Absolutely. I mean, the Bachelor is the model, content that we're good for.
Okay. What about cricket, AFL, all this other stuff?
Alan, mate, good to hear from you. I mean, look, I'd love to get to the point where Australian sports are a focus. I'd say we're probably a little bit away from that, but cricket, I think, is a little sooner than AFL.
Okay, we got. This is a controversial question. Joe is asking, why did you leave VST out of the rocket drawing? I think this is a lot where the moon is a little. Okay, Joe. First of all, it's done in it's a comedic thing partially, but it's actually there. As Susan says, it's next to top of moon. Joe, check near the moon. It's there. Okay, so VST is in that drawing. So maybe Game On will be there. So again, this is the sports thing is great. With Fubo, you could be. I mean, Matt, you could be our next Fubo.
I think we can be even bigger than that one day. So yeah, like I said, I really feel like we're walking up to the plate to hit that home run now. So I'm excited that we get to share Game On with everyone here. That's the biggest thing I'm excited about is kind of filling everyone in, filling a greater audience in on what we're up to. So my virtual door is always open. If anyone wants to shoot me an email, I'm at matt@gameon.app. Reach out anytime. Happy to chat further.
Okay, so Matt@gameon.app.
Yep, that's the one.
So just to add to what Matt said, like on the Game On, when we looked at the Game On and we're going through the acquisition and chatting with Matt, so we're looking at the few different factors, and that's a good example of the VST, how we look at different opportunities. Number one, the team. Like we really enjoyed, working with Matt and the team. We spent a long time. I think, Matt, it took us 6-7 months that between you, me, and Shaf, we've been chatting and, throwing ideas. What would be the best way to approach this? The second part of it was the technology. Now we're looking at this as number one, as Matt mentioned, like how we can get the next generation to work with our companies and with the technology. And the second thing to be scalable. Right now, it's all about the scalability, how we can just increase the revenue, the number of the users, but the bottom line of the company also, from the profit perspective, can have the same sort of advantage. So we can have a scalable business and go through it, and how this business is going to last for next few years. So it's not something that is related to a specific group or a specific time of the year. It's something that I feel is not only about the TV, but all the business is gonna go through the gamification, and they're gonna using that to have the interactive relationship and interactive experience to go through it. And when we were getting ready to be listed, and as we're going through it, and again we're on track for Q1. Obviously, again there are some paperwork for the prospectus and an audit that might be some back and forth that we're going through it right now. But has a good team. We're adding more good people within the team, from our chairman, from our other board members that we're going to have announcement, other advisors we're going to have announcement. We just want to make sure we have a good team. The company, even before the financing, has cash in the bank from the previous deals and loyalty fees that V2 and Game On is getting. Has other project that we know in next 3 years that from the previous investment of the Victory Square in previously known as V2 Game, such as Men in Black. We still getting royalty fee from that. So has a cash in the bank, has a good product, is a patent. Hopefully we're going to get a patent for our technology, good customer base, good distribution channel, and that's the recipe that we feel is going to succeed when we have this public. Now, when we go public, the good thing is right now we're giving access to everyone around the world to invest into this, into this company, and is not only focusing in one jurisdiction or the second jurisdiction. And the second thing is all the users can become shareholder now, because this is a type of the business that people is going to use it. It's a product that is going to be in their hand. It's going to be an app that they're going to use it, and they also get more engaged with the company and believe in it and become as a shareholder base. So that's kind of like how we went through it, and we identify Game On as a great example. And that's not going to be it. Like as soon as we've been working together with the board, with Matt, with the rest of the team, to identify other potential M&As that is going to help the company from the tech, revenue, or customers perspective.
Okay, no, this is no. I think if this thing comes out at a market cap of 50 million or so, I mean this could be easily a 10 bagger with just a little bit of traction. I mean, right, it was like the right space at the right time. So let's get to some more questions. Here's a great question from Matt. Matthew is asking, what is the key differentiator that Game On has from current online sports betting streaming platforms? Like maybe he's thinking like a Fubo, for example.
Well, I mean, a Fubo is is a primarily a content distributor that might have a sports betting layer on top of it soon. But I mean, we differentiate our two products in a couple of different ways. The Game On product is a free-to-play prediction game, and we're differentiating with that distribution on TVs. No one else is doing that from a free-to-play prediction app standpoint. And then on the white label side, we're really differentiating by being innovative and pushing the boundaries as to what content you can predict, such as reality TV, but also on what platform you can predict, such as making predictions with your remote control without leaving your couch or picking up another phone. So we kind of differentiate the two products in different ways. But yeah, we're definitely in a very different space to a Fubo. In fact, we could work with them on our white label products for sure.
Or you could be bought out by Fubo or anybody else.
Yeah, all that.
For a couple billion.
Mm.
Matt, what is the single most valuable piece that VST has brought to the table regarding your business? You better have a good answer because
where do I start? Where do I start? No, I mean, if I was to do this deal, or Game On was to do the deal with the old V2 Games and Victory Square Technologies. From the start, I knew I had to do it with someone who had a track record and had expertise in taking startups public. And the Victory Square were the model team to do that. And from the start, they've absolutely played that role. They've taken care of all of the logistics of going public, but also the financing. And of course, I'm part of that process. But for the most part, I'm able to take care of the business. I'm able to hire. I'm able to use the resources we have to build product, build team, and get people on board. While Vahid and team are absolutely quarterbacking the go public process. So it's been the chemistry with the team is incredible. We have great people on board, and they've been an incredible partner for us.
Okay, Vahid, question for you coming up.
Sure.
Actually, for both of you guys. Ballpark pricing in the IPO.
We're gonna have again, it's for being a public traded company. Sometimes our hands are tied to share some of the insights without providing it, having it released to the public. And I know some of the shareholders may be, frustrated that we don't give a, straightforward answer. But it's not because we don't want to. It's just, the limitation that we have. But the stock price, is gonna be in the range of, 30 to 40 cents. All the terms has been organized, and we're going through it right now. But again, some of these announcements has to be done publicly first before we will be able to share it to a specific group for the legal purposes. But the stock price is going to be between 30 to 40 cents. That basically the company is going to go public based on.
Okay. By the way, I'm gonna put a disclaimer on the screen. So we're not. This is not a solicitation to buy or sell securities.
Yeah.
This is the legal disclaimer. This is we're not. So everything is by whatever the disclaimers are. In Canada, you have to read prospectus. High risk stocks, you could lose all your money. Don't buy unless all that good stuff. Okay, so if somebody's interested in learning more, they can contact you, Vahid. What you email or just on
either of us? They can contact Victory Square or they can contact Matt. We'll be more than happy to walk them through any details. Okay. As soon as the financing is announced, again, if any of the viewers or shareholders they want to know the details for the cap structure, for use of fund, all those details, we'll be more than happy to disclose all those details to them.
Okay, and make sure if you guys want to mention the Wall Street Reporter live stream so that you get the 50% discount on your shares or the hat or whatever it is that they're going to be giving out. And let's see. Okay, so we got a question here. Okay, Vahid, there's a big revolt here. Everybody wants they want the shares as a dividend and the opportunity to buy the IPO. They want both.
Absolutely, VST shareholders gonna have them both. So VST shareholder, they're gonna get a portion of VST positions in Game On. Also, they will have the first access to the pre-IPO financing. So absolutely, like VST shareholders have them to both. And again, as I said, not only for Game On, for any future spin out that we're gonna have a similar arrangement. Obviously, case by case, the percentage is different, but they will have the first access to them both.
But so there's going to be a dividend of the shares also. Then you say.
So as I mentioned, we're going to have this detail to go out publicly. Okay. But in the conversation that we had in the management team, we came to the conclusion that from our positions in the companies that is going to go out as a spin out, or if there is any acquisition from a public company for any of our assets, we're going to divide. It's not going to be equally, but we're going to have two portions. One portion will stay at VST. A portion will go to our shareholders.
Okay, keep a lookout on Susan's email. Let's see. What is important? What's the expected date?
So the expected date right now, we're on track to be in Q1 in March. We're pushing it to be in the first half of March. But again, just for your audience, when we submit the prospectus and audit, there is always comments, question, back and forth between us, exchange, and the CSE. So we're going through that right now. That sometimes takes 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. So it's kind of out of our hand for that. We have to make sure to address all their questions and have the prospectus the way that needs to be filed. So, but we're on track to be in Q1, Q1 spin out.
Okay, I'm looking for, there was a question here, I can't find it. It was, I think somebody was asking about what's the pipeline looking for more spin outs of portfolio companies for this year?
So there are two that we know, 100% is going to be done. It's Game On and is Immersive Tech that is going to happen one after the other. We've had some, great conversation on some other assets that we're talking. We know these two is going to happen this year. Potential is going to be a third one for this year that we're working on right now. That is going to be either a spin out, or we may, kind of be an RTO that we work with the existing public traded company that, again, would like to give part of it to our shareholders. So that's the definite answer. But again, we're always, looking at the opportunities and looking at the market to see when is the good time for any of our portfolio company, depending on the industry, is a good time to take in public.
Okay, I think that kind of wraps it up. Okay, Vahid, actually, let me ask you this. I'll ask Matt this question. Matt, in your opinion, this is what we ask all the CEOs of companies on our program. Top 3 reasons why investors should consider investing in Game On.
Yeah, so the first one, it's recapping some of the things we went through, but the first of the trends. We are at the center of 2 of the hottest trends, sports betting and TV becoming the second screen. So that's the first reason. Second is people, going from like my background, Victory Square's background and track record, but then Jay Moses, director at Take-Two Interactive for over 13 years. He's now our chairman. The advisors we just announced today, the advisors we're about to announce in the coming weeks. People is absolutely the second reason why you should invest in Game On. And then the third is, timing. Like I said, I'll say it again, we're about to step up to the plate, and this is the opportunity to get involved at ground level before we start hitting these home runs. So they're the top 3 reasons to get involved.
Matt, Stocks and Fries is asking, what is the thing you're most excited for Game On this year?
I'm excited, for someone that's been working on Game On for a couple of years with very minimal resources. I'm pumped to have people and resources around us to really accelerate that growth. One of the opportunities that I'm really excited about being a public company is M&A. And we've already started having conversations. Let me tell you, as a private company, I never imagined that in 2021 I'd be having conversations about acquiring some other really exciting technologies and teams. And I'm pretty confident you'll be seeing the first of that activity in the first few months after going public. So that's what I'm most excited about right now.
Oh, okay. So there's catalyst in place already. Vahid, I'm going to ask you number one reason, in your opinion, why investors should consider Game On.
So the biggest thing for Game On is at the right place in the right time. The way that they figured it out how to take advantage of the viewers when they're getting disengaged with the TV based on the tech that they already have. That's the biggest thing that I feel we can capitalize on top of that, not only through the sports, not only through TV, but the gamification is something that I feel is going to be the next generation of the tech and COVID has helped with that for many of the businesses to get involved with that. And just to add what Matt said, what you've seen today in the presentation is the organic plan and organic, the products of Game On. Now, the same thing that we've, Fans Unite went through, one of the biggest catalysts that we see in our portfolio companies up and going public is M&As and Roll-up Strategy. There are many good companies out there that they either had complementary products, customers, that can add benefit to the company that is going public. That, as Matt mentioned, we're heavily working, focusing on that and working on that to have a good pipeline up and listing so we can take advantage of those.
Okay, excellent. Okay, on that note, I want to thank you guys, and I'm looking forward to hearing more from Game On and of course VST in the coming weeks. Vide, bring on more companies.
Absolutely.
Thanks for doing our live stream today.